What's up, YouTube? Poor Man's Guide to Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, coming at you with a replay here quick, and then the deck profile. This is like the most amazing, crazy deck I have ever seen. If you watched Mega Capital G's top 10 like rogue decks or whatever, Buster Blighter was on there, and it was ranked number 2, and I was like, I've got some stuff sitting around at home, and I've got the Magician deck also put together, so I threw the two together, and it works out amazing. Oh my gosh. Here, let me just show you this replay real quick. So I'm going first here, and then this is basically the main fusion card, and then I got Skyrus, and then I'm going to use Tuning Magician to get it out, and Skyrus to get Odd Eyes back in my hand, Odd Eyes effect, and then add Dragon Pit. This was kind of a mistake on my part. Probably should have added Wisdom Eye, but since that one, I'm kind of like, eh. So I'm playing against, let's see, I'm playing against like Magician, Dino, Draco Slayer stuff. I don't really know. Looks like, what the heck? It's like Dino Pendulum. Let's just go with that. So yeah. So I'm back my turn. I top deck the Joker, which is very helpful. And then I'm gonna get the scale set up here and special summon my Odd Eyes. And then I forgot about this effect right here. Basically, he can't attack your opponent directly, which kind of sucks. But it's got a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. It gains 1,000 attack and defense for each Dragon-type monster your opponent controls and in their graveyard. And then it changes all Dragon-type monsters your opponent controls to defense position, which is crazy. And they also cannot activate effects, which is just great against Blue Eyes and Generalistic support. Comes out in Shining Victories later this week. And then I did Tuning Magician effect, Synchroed for Belize or Bazil, whatever the heck it's called. The card is overpowered though. And then you can set up the scales here. He's going to Pendulum 5, I think? 4? 5, yep. The whole thing. And then Honor Arced me, and I was like, oh no. And then, if you go back here, basically, what he did was he Honor Arced me, and then he took off my my Bazil or whatever the heck it's called, I'm sorry. But I get the effect of, since it's a Dragon-type monster, and it's still on the field technically, I get the attack point boost. And then he went to Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is also a Dragon-type monster. So right now I'm sitting at 5,800 attack. Its effects are negated, and it gets turned to defense position. So it's like super pluses right there. I top deck Buster Blader, which is pretty good. I'm gonna Pendulum 3 here and go into battle phase. So hit him for 23, hit him for 37, then for 800, and then I went and locked him, because basically whenever you activate a card effect your opponent does, they take 500 damage. So that's good game. And I told him I was gonna record this, so he was like, all right man, you got me. So you Pendulum out the 2, and then this was pretty cool. He let me do this. 4,100 points of damage, just insane. So now I'm going to bring up the deck profile real quick. Yeah, so here it is. Pretty much, it's a very solid anti-meta deck. So to start it off, we've got 3 of the Dragon Pit. Basically, it's like another MST. Discard a card or a Pendulum monster. And you can pop a Spell Trap on the field, which is pretty solid. 1 Dragon Pulse for getting rid of monsters. Really good card. Good against Monarchs if they've got just a face-up card monster up. Yeah, Tribute Sun monster, it's kind of annoying you. Get rid of that. Get this one, get rid of Domain. And then we've got 3 of the Buster Blader Destruction Tournament. This card is very similar to Buster Blader, but when it destroys a card by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can equip it, and then basically what you do is you detach the equipped monster, and it destroys all monsters your opponent controls that are that type. So you do it against Burning Abyss, do it against Mermail, do it against something like that. It's really, really, really good against your certain type decks, especially Burning Abyss. If I didn't mention that already. And then 3 of the Buster Blader. You can probably put this down to 2 if you wanted, even 1, because Destruction Swordman is just so good. Buster Blader gains 500 attack for each Dragon-type monster in your opponent's field or in their graveyard. So just a lesser version of the fusion. 2 Odd Eyes. This is one of your main dragons that's a big beater monster. So 2 of those, you can fuse it, and it goes to the extract, which is always very helpful to reuse your resources. 1 Shanky Magician for negating light effects, negates Beatrice, all that other fun stuff. So want to run that at 1. 2 Elf Dragon, good to like add stuff back, new combos. Like you can have a Magician in your extra deck, activate the effect, add it back to your hand, and then use Dragon Pit Magician's effect, which is always good. One Skull Crobat Joker, just pretty self-explanatory. One Wisdom Eye, just to like go through your deck pretty quick. I did add a Time Gazer Magician because it's a high scale, so need a couple more of those. But other than that, not that bad. One Noble Dragon Magician, another tuner. It's pretty solid. I like it a lot. Lowers levels, gets a level 7 Synchro plays. And then onto the other Buster Blader stuff, we have the companion. Basically, it's your tuner. Lets you add stuff to your hand, your destruction swords, which is really good. And then once per turn, you can special summon this card, and then special summon one Buster Blader from your hand, or while this card is in your graveyard and you control Buster Blader card, you can discard a destruction sword and special summon this card. So it lets you reuse your stuff just really, really well. Holy, it's windy outside. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then this card is amazing. I mean, I don't know why people aren't talking about this enough. This card does not get enough credit. It's a level 1 tuner, just like this guy's. But basically, you can target one Buster Blader monster you control, and equip this monster from your hand or from your side of the field to that target. While this card is equipped to the Buster Blader monster, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card, and then basically you can only use that once per turn. But that's amazing. Your opponent can use the extra. It's a domain. It's a domain, and I'm running it at 2 because I don't know. Yeah, you can run it at 3. I guess it clogs a little bit. I would like Tuning Magician better. It's not a domain, but it's like you could run a Glow Bulb also, but your cards are kind of needed a lot. So yeah, probably one Glow Bulb or one Tuning Magician. I like Tuning Magician because if you have exactly 2 Magician monsters, you can special summon it, which is great in your Pendulum Zone. So yeah, and then one Raigeki for getting rid of just annoying stuff. One Sacred Sword of 7 Stars. That's a tongue twister there. Basically just for more draw power. And then Where Art Thou to get out your level 1 tuners and all that other fun stuff. 3 Pendulum Call. One of the only good cards left in Pendulum Magicians. 1 Terraforming, just to get your Skyrest and thin out your deck. This is like the polymerization right here. Destruction Swordsman Fusion. Basically, you can send them from your hand or your side of the field. And then if this card is in your grave, you can discard a card and add it to your hand, which is great. And it's a quick play, so it's you on your opponent's turn. I do main deck 1 Twin Twister. You don't have to. I kind of like to use. It could be a second Terraform. It could be your 1 Upstart. It could be whatever you want to be. But I think your opponent gains enough life points from Tuning Mission by itself. But other than that, it's pretty good. 2 Skyers. This protects your Pendulum Scales. It's amazing. Really good card. Running at 2, technically 3 with the Terraforming, but you know. And then 1 Destruction Sword Flash. If you control a fusion monster that lists Buster Blader in the material, banish all monsters your opponent controls. Whoa, crazy, right? When exactly 1 Buster Blader monster you control is targeted by a card effect, you can banish card from your graveyard, negate the effect, and destroy it, which is really good. It like kills Burning Abyss. This deck is just so fun. Oh my gosh. You'll get brick hands. It'll suck. It will really suck. Trust me. But the ways you get out your monsters and how big they get, it's just crazy. And then 1 warning. You can play strikes, whatever you want. I don't really care. Warning, probably the best single trap in the game at the moment. Next, we've got for the fusions 2 Buster Blader, the Dragon's Destroyer. This card is insane. So it must be fusion summoned, can't be special away, blah 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 blah. But the downside is it cannot attack your opponent directly. Like I said earlier, it gains 1,000 attack and defense for each dragon type monster your opponent controls, and then it changes them all to defense and negates all of their effects. Also does piercing damage. So they're in defense, they can't activate their effects, and it gains like a gajillion attack. So it's crazy. 1 Bazil, like I said, really solid card. Can't be destroyed by card effects or by battle. You can only steal it like that the guy I was playing against did. But if you get this on the field, it gains the attack, so it's pretty good. 1 Ignister for just spinning away stuff. I don't run any Draco Slayers, but you can make it with Odd Eyes and Tuning Magician or anything like that. 1 Stardust Spark to just protect your stuff. 2 Buster Dragon, the Precip Trampler Dragon. It's the Buster Blader Dragon. That's what I refer to it as. Basically, all monsters you control become dragon types, which helps with this and all this stuff. Basically, it turns all the dragon types. Sorry about that. My recorder cut out a little bit. But basically, what this does is changes all the monsters your opponent controls to dragon type monsters, and then if you control a Buster Blader monster, you can target one Buster Blader in your graveyard and special summon it. So like you can get rank 7 plays, all that other fun stuff. And then you can also equip it, which is also really helpful with the extract lock and all that other fun stuff. One meteor burst, one Odd Eyes Rebellion, and one Absolute, and also a Red Eyes Flare Metal. These are all for the Odd Eye stuff and all that other fun stuff. One Dark Rebellion, Exceed Strike. Note that all these effects only happen to your opponent, so it doesn't happen to you. You can definitely use all these dragons if you want. One Trapeze for just going for game and doing a bunch of damage real quick. One Castel for popping stuff, and one Abyss Dweller for BA. Onto this side, we have 3 Max C for BA or anything that summons a lot. 2 Twin Twister for Mirror or whatever you want to play. 3 Mask Restrict for Monarch, sorry. 3 Iron Wall for Cosmos. 2 Styrian Dirge for BA or just anything that uses like C's or Syncering a lot. Basically, it just reduces all level face-up monsters your opponent controls by 1. So that's pretty good. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This doesn't hurt you as much as you think it would. Light Imprisoning Mirror does hurt you. This is good against BA. It's okay against Cosmos. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot of dark stuff. The only dark stuff you got is these 3 right here. And the Skullcrow by Joker. So it doesn't hurt you that much. Oh, I guess these 2. Yeah. It's okay. You can. I would play Shadow Imprisoning. I've shadowed it in. It's better using Shadow than Light Imprisoning Mirror, just from using past experience. But thank you for watching. I hope you like the deck profile. I love the deck profile. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's pretty budget friendly, honestly. Like this used to be like 15, now it's like 4 or 5-ish. All this stuff is really cheap. It's a really fun deck to play. I already have the Magician stuff. You might too. It's pretty easy to pick up. Not that hard to get. You can just buy a structure deck or 2. Pick up most of the stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment what you think of the deck profile. If you're gonna play it, definitely play it. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. Be broke. Subscribe down below. I have new videos. I have a schedule now. It's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, probably Saturday, and Sunday. And that's what it's gonna be. Not Fridays, just because I'm really busy on Fridays. I've got like classes and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching and subscribbles.